One guy that's coming back, supposed to be back to play, is Cedric Tillman, back practicing. So Tillman was asked earlier this week what his return to the field can do for the offense.
Just bring in that big body receiver, get some more size out there. I feel like I can make some plays for this team and stuff like that. So, I feel like we got another playmaker out there and also someone that's going to help in the run game. We got good running backs. So I'm here to help. I just think, like I said, it's about execution. We can make a bunch of excuses, but we just gotta do our job. You know what I'm saying? So, the players, we're gonna take it upon ourselves to do what we got to do, and we're gonna step up.
Can Cedric Tillman help the passing? It can't hurt it. Can he help the passing game?
Well, that was my line, is that it can't hurt it. I mean, I'm all for help. I mean, they didn't add any receivers at the bye. They haven't really added anybody in the whole off season other than Isaiah Bond. And he was, after training camp, just a free agent rookie. So he hasn't contributed. So Cedric Tillman has been an enigma because he makes plays when he's been out there, but he's just not been out there enough. I mean, he finished his first 2 seasons, on injury reserve with concussions, and we talked about that it was kind of a big leap to some degree to go into the season with him as the starter opposite Jerry Jeudy with his injury situation, and then here we just have a 4-week hamstring injury, which he's coming back from. So he's really got to stay on the field so he can get into a groove, get into a rhythm. But he's got the playmaking ability, and it's another target for Dylan Gabriel. I mean, I would definitely say beside the tight ends and Jeudy, he's your best option at wide receiver. I mean, Jeudy leads the NFL in drops, and he's having a very underwhelming season. So this is, again, a chance for Tillman to step in and show that he really can become a playmaker in this offense.
Yeah, I had asked all preseason long, concerned at all that Jerry Jeudy, almost all of his production was with Jameis Winston. It's just, and again, it's head scratching because he had a boatload of yardage when Jameis Winston was playing a quarterback, and he's kind of disappeared.
Yeah, he has, and he's been. You can tell he speaks on Wednesday, and getting 2 targets against New England, and he was said that Stefanski has said that he's got to make a priority to get our best receiver involved, and he was asked about that, and he said, we'll see come Sunday. And he's just been very underwhelming all the way around. You don't know if it's, all he can control is catching the ball if it comes to him, and we've seen him drop a lot of big passes, and he's not had maybe a lot of targets. You didn't have but 2 against the Patriots, and they came later in the game. So I expect they'll come out first time on offense and probably throw him the ball in the first play, or at least the first passing play, even if it's a side, screen or something, just so he gets a catch. But yeah, it's not what you want out of number 1 receiver. He hasn't really shown or lived up that he's a number 1 receiver. And it's kind of what I said last year when Deshaun Watson was playing. Until they changed quarterbacks, you didn't think you had anything in the receivers. And then, remember the first game when Watson went down, Jeudy, Tillman, and even Elijah Moore all had big games. And you thought, oh, these receivers aren't as bad as maybe they're painted. So you had Flacco, and he didn't have a whole lot. So they got to figure out some way. But right now, that's why, again, I think Tillman's important, because there's really been no threat at wide receiver other than Jeudy, and he hasn't been much of a threat. So you got to have somebody else for the defense to pay attention to.